or Agencies 1995 Limited, the Bank of the Bahamas, Family Guardian Insurance Company, and the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation. Thank you, sponsors, supporters, and viewers of A Familiar Walk.
After 66 steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome everyone. You're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Jiminita Swain and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your best life. Whether you're here for fashion, food, fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. In response to United States President Donald Trump's activation of a 25% tariff on most of Canada's goods Saturday, Canadians opted to cancel travel to the U.S. in addition to boycotting U.S. alcohol and other products. But it didn't stop there. Some even booed at a local sporting event after the announcement. Meantime, Mexico struck a deal with the U.S. and have tariffs delayed for 1 month. Also, the United Nations continues observances for the Week of Interfaith Harmony. The week observed on the first week in February since a General Assembly designation in 2010 recognizes the imperative need for dialogue among different faiths and religions to enhance mutual understanding, harmony, and cooperation among people. The General Assembly encourages all states to spread the message of interfaith harmony and goodwill in the world's churches, mosques, synagogues, temples, and other places of worship during this week. And the KB and Friends event was a smashing success this weekend at the farm. Scores turned out to enjoy the pulsating sounds of Bahamian music with a number of artists, including headliner KB. In fact, a Bahamian who met KB in Exuma was invited on stage to sing KB's iconic I Am a Boatman song. Among those performing, Sweet Emily, Gino D, Fanchon, Mama D, Shine, The Ancient Man, and hosts of many more with standing room only. As for what's coming up in today's show, the Excellence in Education Awards ceremony is slated for February 22nd. We have some reps from the ministry to discuss the details, and it's Monday and she's buzzing with info. We have the Bahama Beauty in studio to tell us everything that happened on the weekend. That and so much more after the break. You're watching What's Trending.
Setting course for industry success, Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer, revealed the vision for the aviation sector for 2025.
First of all, we are very proud of what we achieved in aviation in 2024. Today, stakeholders from, of course, our entire ecosystem gathered, and we actually unveiled the 2025 vision for aviation. This year, we are strategically focused on what we call taking flight. We have spent a lot of time and yielded great results in 2024 with both regional, global, and local stakeholders in deepening those partnerships. We are doing a lot more of that in 2025. So you'll hear us now speaking about our approach to have all parties seated at the table. Your domestic, your international stakeholders, your domestic carriers, your international legacy carriers. You want to give everybody, again, through strategic partnerships, not just a chance to be in the room, but a chance to sit at the table. So we're deepening our partnerships in 2025. I'm very pleased now with this H part of our Take Flight, the development of human capital. Human capital, again, gives us the most competitive advantage in any industry. So you'll hear us now speak about a mentoring approach. We're looking at the next generation of aviators, preparing them to take leadership roles. You'll hear us about our leadership roundtables. This is going to be our intentional focus as it relates to developing human capital. So this is going to be the year we're not just focusing on developing projects, we're focusing on developing people. We call it the 3 Ps, people, projects, and improving our processes. This is going to be another banner year for aviation, and this is going to be that we actually take flight.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Thanks for staying with us. Educators across the country are being celebrated for their outstanding contributions to shaping the future of our students. At this year's Excellence in Education Awards ceremony, exceptional teachers, administrators, and staff will be honored for their commitment to fostering academic growth, positivity, creativity, and passion for learning. In studio to discuss this year's award ceremony is Shavana Darrell and District Superintendent and the Assistant Director of Education, Michael Calmer. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Thanks for having us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
All right, so Michael, tell me, what are the Excellence in Education Awards and why did the Ministry of Education Technical and Vocational Training see the need for them?
The Excellence in Education Awards is a brainchild of our minister and her dynamic team at the Ministry of Education. In this year's World Teachers Day 2024, we wanted to honor our teachers' commitment during our years of COVID and coming now, transitioning out of COVID. We've had teachers who've been doing wonderful things, best practices. We also have administrators, guidance counselors who've been holding their own with innovation, creativity, motivation, longevity, and education. And so we wanted to pause for a moment just to ensure that we celebrate our excellent educators, and not just the traditional assemblies at a school, but we wanted to take them to a gala place, a wonderful place, invite the entire country out, and just pause to celebrate them. Highest standard.
That sounds good. So which groups of employees will be honored at this event?
Well, traditionally when we do things in education, we tend to focus on teachers. And we just tend to focus on one set of teachers. But this year, what we're doing is we're looking at the administrators, guidance counselors, those technical officers within the ministry, those officers working in ministry satellite offices, district offices, and of course, teachers too.
So definitely a wide scope of educators.
Yes, we want to ensure that all of our sectors in education are recognized and honored for the work that they are doing and will continue to do.
So how were the awardees selected?
I'm glad you asked that question. You know, typically sometimes we appoint committees and say, these are the people we're going to select. But we wanted to do it different. We wanted those persons who are in the field, working with those officers every day, to identify who are the best. We provided them with categories. There's 16 categories. And so supervisors made nominations, other teachers and colleagues and co-workers made nominations, and even our students, Student Choice Award, made nominations.
That's excellent. So Shavana, we want to bring you into the discussion now. How did these awards differ from the National Teacher of the Year Award?
In that, the National Teacher of the Year Award, even though it's something spectacular, it focuses mainly on just the teacher and the excellence of an individual teacher representing a school. These awards have a greater span. It's more inclusive. So you have teachers, you have guidance counselors, you have technical officers, you have administrators, you even have districts who would have been identified for doing something outstanding, something that spoke to the excellence that we see every day in education.
That's really awesome. So when and where will these awards be held?
When and where? Well, this is a gala. This is a bring all your glitz, your glam, your beauty.
The full nine yards.
Yeah, this is that kind of night, Academy Award style kind of night, which will be held on February 22nd at the Imperial Ballroom at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. It begins at 6:30 in the evening, and we are expecting a spectacular night. So, yeah.
So
Grand
how
style.
can individuals purchase tickets for these awards?
Tickets can be, well, they are available at the Learner Resources section at the Ministry of Education site, which is located on Mackey Street, and of course at Schools Management in Ministry of Education Headquarters Building, Thompson Boulevard.
And obviously, is this an event that's open to the public, seeing that so many persons are being celebrated?
Of course, of course. Everyone has been touched by a teacher. And so we want you to come and celebrate with your teacher. Come out, civic organizations, parents, and even our corporate sponsors, our community partners, come out and let's celebrate that teacher that once impacted you.
That sounds good. So any final thoughts from you, Michael or Shavana, on the event preparations? How excited you are
Speak
for
to
it?
sponsorship.
Yes, one of the things that I want to let the Bahamas know, you want to be on board. You want to be one of our sponsors for this gala event. There is only one inaugural event, and you want to be one of those sponsors who are going to be a part of history. I think it's also fitting that we recognize the innovation and the visionary leadership that is within the Ministry of Education, because many people talk about these things, but to actually commit to identifying a committee, persons who are, we're all doing full-time jobs, but every week we get together to ensure that this event comes off. And so I want to recognize the committee. I also want to celebrate and congratulate our finalists that are from districts all across the Bahamas. We've got to remember that the Bahamas is an archipelago. And we have representatives, persons who are going to be
bringing them all in,
flying into New Providence, staying in a hotel, going to one of our stores. I wouldn't give anybody free advertising.
Please don't.
Go into one of the stores to pick up tuxedos and dresses. Getting their makeup done just for
that
this
kind
event.
of night.
And so I want to encourage everybody under the sound of my voice to ensure that you are not watching history, but you are experiencing this historical event in the Imperial Ballroom.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shavana, Michael, for joining us on the show today. And obviously, to the awardees, I wish you all the best on your special night. Well, you're watching What's Trending. There's so much more after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
What up, dessert lovers? It's Carrot Cake Day, and you know what that means. It's time to put the veg in delicious and celebrate the sweet treat with a side of humor. Today, we're not just munching on carrots. We're talking about carrot cake, the cake that somehow makes us feel healthy while we're stuffing our faces. It's like, hey, I'm eating vegetables, so this is basically a salad, right? Well, who needs a boring old salad when you can have a slice of cake with a little bit of carrot? It's practically a serving of vegetables, but in the form of a moist cake and creamy icing. Honestly, we should be eating this daily for our health. Who knew carrots could be so versatile? They're not just for rabbits. People, they're the secret ingredient that turns a simple cake into a party in your mouth with that cream cheese icing. Oh, it's the icing that was born with this cake. Did you know that carrot cake was invented as to make use of the surplus of carrots during the rationing? Well, they were like, what can we do with these carrots? Oh, I know. Let's turn them into a cake and make people forget that they're eating vegetables. And look at us now, decades later, still finding new reasons to enjoy a piece or three of this veggie pack delight. So today, grab your forks, your favorite cup of coffee, and let's get into celebrating carrot cake, proving that vegetables don't have to be boring. Happy Carrot Cake Day. Let's raise a fork to the perfect balance of healthy and indulgent. And remember, if anyone questions your slice, just tell them you're getting your daily serving of beta carotene. Well, there's more after the break.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
In studio, we have the Bahama Beauty to bring us the latest buzz on social media.
I'm the Bahama Beauty, and here's what's the buzz for this week. If you got a good night's rest this weekend, count your blessings. Whether you're a Lakers or Mavericks fan, an NBA fanatic, just a casual watcher in general, or Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic themselves, you were too scared to even blink these past 2 days. The biggest trade in NBA history took place in the wee hours of the morning on Saturday as sports journalist Shams Charania woke the world up to the news of Luka Doncic being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. The secret deal that was reportedly only shared between top team executives shook social media as fans, analysts, coaches, and even players barraged X to express their utter disbelief. But even as shocked as we were, imagine how both players felt, namely Doncic, who, according to Charania, had no clue a deal was even in the works.
I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade.
The 25-year-old superstar was eligible to sign a Supermax contract extension with the Mavericks worth $345 million. With this trade, Doncic now becomes ineligible to receive it. Yikes. Prior to his arrival in Los Angeles, Doncic took to his Instagram account to thank the Mavericks fans. 7 years ago, I came here as a teenager to pursue my dream of playing basketball. I thought I'd spend my career here, and I wanted to so badly to bring you a championship. The love and support you all have given me is more than I could have ever dreamed of. For a young kid from Slovenia coming to the U.S. for the first time, you made North Texas feel like home. In good times and bad, from injuries to the NBA Finals, your support never changed. Thank you not only for sharing my joy in our best moments, but also for lifting me up when I needed it most. To all the organizations I've worked with throughout the Dallas community, thank you for letting me contribute to your important work and join you in bringing light to those who need it. As I start the next part of my basketball journey, I am leaving a city that will always make me feel like a home away from home. Dallas is a special place, and Mavs fans are special fans. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Luka. Since the trade, fans have decorated the Dirk Nowitzki statue outside of the arena with thoughtful messages and heartfelt goodbyes for Luka, and not-so-nice messages for the Mavericks executive team. The Dallas Mavericks have also lost over 700,000 followers on their Instagram and counting. Are we seeing the birth of a new rivalry? We'll surely find out sooner than later when the retooled Mavericks take on the new-look Los Angeles Lakers at the Staples Center on February 25th. And if you thought your team was safe, guess again. Charania dropped yet another trade bomb involving the San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings, and the Chicago Bulls. Star point guard for the Kings, De'Aaron Fox, should be experiencing heavy whiplash as just a few hours after commenting on the Davis-Doncic blockbuster move, his turn was indeed next. The three-team trade sends Fox to the struggling San Antonio Spurs and Zach LaVine to the Sacramento Kings. This weekend did not spare us when it came to shocking basketball revelations. Former Miami Heat star and Basketball Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade revealed on his podcast, The Why, that he had a part of his kidney removed in 2023 after doctors found a cancerous tumor.
I went in the doctor to look for something else, but because I did the full body scan, they were able to see my entire body, my entire insides, and they were able to see something that was on my kidney, on my right kidney, when I went in. Didn't go in for my kidneys. And so what I had on my kidney was a cyst, a tumor. But it was not nothing that could be biopsied. It was not nothing they can test unless they went in and surgically removed it.
Took it out.
And so I'm sitting in the doctor, and I just went for physicals pretty much, check on myself. And now I'm in the doctor, and the doctor's like, so you need to have kidney surgery.
In more exciting news, Chris Brown has defeated cancel culture. The residual singer won his first Grammy Award last night for Best R&B Album of the Year since 2011. Brown was notoriously blacklisted after the horrific 2009 incident with then-girlfriend Rihanna. Despite the backlash, Brown took to his Instagram to post in elation, "We did it." Brown successfully defeated top nominees including Usher, Money Long, Lucky Day, and Layla Hathaway. A monumental night for generational black talent. Beyoncé makes history, winning Album of the Year. Despite being the most Grammy-nominated artist of all time, Beyoncé was never able to break through the glass ceiling until last night. It's also the first time in 50 years that a black woman has taken home the country category. Additionally, the singer joins a short but elite list of black women to ever take home the Grammy Gold Medal, adding her name alongside the most recent winner, Lauryn Hill, 26 years ago. And if it's one thing I love about Beyoncé, a win for her is a win for everybody. The country star took to Instagram to announce her Cowboy Carter tour beginning this spring. Tour dates can be seen on Ticketmaster for select cities. Tickets go on pre-sale February 13th. Valentine's Day just got a whole lot sweeter. After teasing their audience last month, releasing 3 snippets, the highly anticipated collaboration between Canadian rapper Drake and Party Next Door, Some Sexy Songs for You, is set to be released next Friday. Fans can expect 15 brand new tracks and will serve as a follow-up album for both artists' latest projects, For All the Dogs and P4. Influencer Tabitha Brown facing backlash amidst her response to Target scaling back their DEI initiatives. On Friday, Target joined the list of large American retailers in reducing their diversity and inclusion policies following Donald Trump's commitment to ending affirmative action. Brown, who produces a line of seasonings and in a lucrative partnership with the brand, posted this video to her social media accounts in response to her supporters asking her to sever ties with the brand.
I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations, listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1,000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop, our business will be hurt.
As you would expect, many users were enraged with her stance. This user asking, why have your products at a company that doesn't even want people who look like you to be there? Sell them on a website so people buy directly from you. Another adding, in the 3 biggest retailers and then some, but crying about losing one, which was disingenuous from the start. Lady gone, greedy and tone deaf. My thing is, technically, she's not wrong, but this is not the people's problem. Girl talks here other businesses to see what you can do, not boycotters who don't want to support racist rhetoric. Another, but isn't the end goal for these companies who rolled back DEI initiatives to have their products off the shelves? Or will they be sold among everything else moving forward? Also, as a CEO, you have to do business with people who like you and respect your core values. I understand where Tab is coming from, but she needs to start pivoting if she can. The Swifties are going to the Super Bowl again. Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs will face off in New Orleans on February 9th against social media's favorite NFL heartthrob, Jalen Hurts. Headlining the halftime show will be Kendrick Lamar with special guest SZA. Viewers will definitely be in for a treat.
Diet-friendly special.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy 1 box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
On Tuesday's show, we have a rep from Junior Sailing coming in to discuss the upcoming competition. And with Valentine's Day around the corner, the perfume bar has a few scents that may have your partner falling in love all over again. Well, that's all the time we have for today. A huge thank you to our incredible guests for sharing their insights and stories with us. As always, we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more exciting guests, thought-provoking conversations, and lots of laughs on the ZNS network. Bye-bye.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Taxi union executives discuss fare bus system for Celebration Key project. Plus, local government officials sworn in. And Court of Appeal upholds the sentence imposed of the man accused of killing Bella Walker.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Definitely, they already have allocated space at the Celebration Key port.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. A private meeting held on Wednesday morning between executives of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union and the Minister of Energy and Transport. The aim was to discuss a fare busing system for a multi-million-dollar project. Our Jolanda Thompson-Everest shares the details in tonight's top story.
Honorable Jobeth Colby Davis, the Minister of Energy and Transportation, recently met with executives from the taxi union to discuss driver placement and economic incentives as the Carnival Corporation project Celebration Key nears completion. The minister emphasized that today's meeting is vital as they focus on enhancing economic benefits and ensuring fair treatment for all drivers.
Celebration Key is about to open, and so as we're preparing and looking forward to that, I did want to meet with the Taxi Union Association of Grand Bahama to make sure that they were able to provide some guidance and recommendation that they think would be useful.
Colby Davis stating that it was important for her to address their concerns so she could relay them to Carnival Corporation. When asked about the key points of the private meeting, she revealed that the focus was on ensuring fair distribution of services and business opportunities.
For them to get enough of the work that is there and be able to take the tourists on their excursions, and just to make sure that they have proper areas for parking, for loading, offloading, and areas for them to just be like recreational, to have a seat whilst they're waiting on jobs, and understanding the security protocols that would be in place.
The transportation minister explains that while she is fully aware of the daily economic struggles on the island, she highlights the importance of engaging with tourism stakeholders to ensure a smooth transition and continued progress.
Definitely, they already have allocated space at the Celebration Key port, and so that's good. Making sure that we communicate with Carnival what the process of taxi drivers and the call-up system should be to make sure that that is respected.
Harold Curry, president of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union, who expressed that they are pleased with the meeting and believes the minister genuinely cares about the taxi drivers' concerns.
We just want a fair play that my drivers could take home a good salary for the family, to take care of the families.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
In other news, through a collaborative effort between the Tourism Development Corporation and the Ministry for Grand Bahama, the Innovate 242 incubator is still on track to be a reality. The announcement made by the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie. The planned facility will be the former Royal Palm Resort on the Mall Drive, as the incubator plans to become a new home for business innovation for the island's foreseeable future.
The incubator will also be a go-to place for our Young Innovators Club, a commitment made in our Blueprint for Change to encourage investments in clubs for young inventors. This is going to be the place where youth groups can converge to find solutions to some of our country's challenges.
Moxie adds the incubator will provide more than being a haven for the young investors and entrepreneurs, aiming to provide internship opportunities as well.
We also partnered with an international ag tech company on a pilot initiative through the Innovate 242 incubator that can perhaps hire some of you after completion of a 52-week training program.
Switching gears now, the Public Hospitals Authority is firing back tonight after being made aware of concerns raised regarding a reported shortage of beds and chairs at the Rand Memorial Hospital, as well as questions about the hospital's preparedness to manage patient care in the event of a disaster or patient overflow situation. Here's that report. The PHA issuing a strong statement noting that the public can be assured that the Rand Memorial Hospital continues to provide uninterrupted, high-quality care and services to all patients. The dedicated clinical staff at the hospital remains committed to ensuring the safety, comfort, and well-being of every individual under their care. This comes as a social media post alleges that the Rand Memorial Hospital reportedly has no more beds or chairs to accommodate patients. The PHA statement shutting down the claims, noting that, like all institutions, the Rand Memorial Hospital has robust response plans in place to effectively manage patient care and hospital services during periods of high patient volume, natural disasters, or mass casualty events. These plans are regularly reviewed and updated to ensure the hospital is prepared to respond to any situation that may arise. The statement goes on to say that it is important to note that the clinical staff at the Rand Memorial Hospital continuously assesses patients on an ongoing basis, making decisions regarding admissions, discharges, and resource allocation based on the specific needs and conditions of each patient. This dynamic approach ensures that resources are utilized efficiently and that patient care remains the top priority. The statement adds that the public is reminded to utilize community clinics for non-urgent cases. The Freeport Community Clinic is also open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The PHA statement concludes that officials are committed to maintaining the highest standards of patient safety and quality care across all its facilities, noting that the PHA is actively monitoring the situation at the Rand Memorial Hospital and working diligently to address any challenges, including the reported shortage of beds and chairs, to ensure that the hospital remains fully equipped to meet the needs of the community. The PHA will continue to prioritize the health and safety of our patients and staff, and we thank the public for their ongoing support and understanding. Switching gears now, local government officials were officially sworn into office. The occasion taking place at the Department of Public Service downtown Freeport, much to the pleasure of the officers, friends, and families. Now that swearing-in process is completed, the council members are excited about the way forward. Our Shane Stubbs has more details in this report.
They're officially sworn in, and now it's time for their work to begin. 9 council members have officially been sworn into local government, with a few familiar faces on board, sprinkled in with a few new ones. And based on their enthusiasm during the swearing-in process, they are ready to hit the ground running.
Or favor, affection, or ill will, according to the best of my judgment and ability. So help me God.
The dust is settled, the oath is taken, and the 9 council members representing their constituents look forward to the task of bettering their communities. Sworn in as the new chief councillor was Kendall Comer II, who says they aim to finish off the projects the previous council left behind, while also gaining a full understanding of the Local Government Act designed to empower council members.
To know where we can make these this new revenue, and best serve the city of Freeport.
Culmer is confident in the Board of Councillors behind him, and so is Deputy Chief Councillor Bernard Grant, dubbing this corps a very diverse group of community leaders.
Some are industrial, from the industrial sector. Some are from the marketing perspective. And so it gives the council now this term a more better view of how the city of Freeport is to be run and choices that needs to be made to the table.
Local council member for Central Grand Bahama, Precious Prosper, may be new to the board, but not to the needs of Central Grand Bahamians. She says she is aware of the concerns and constraints local government had in the past.
It's no stranger to me to be the only female sitting at the table. My main concern is to be community-driven and to carry out the initiatives of the great constituents of Central Grand Bahama.
And as returning council members Edwin Strawn and Rashad Adderley are grateful the residents showed renewed faith in their capabilities to lead and serve.
Because it shows that the people still have the trust and the confidence in you, and it shows that you've been working previously.
Now that we can raise funds, we can help each community better the way forward, you know.
And as the council members prepare to serve, Administrator for the City of Freeport, Preston Cooper, had this final charge.
You have undertaken an awesome responsibility, and that is to be the servant of the people.
Now, the administrator says there will be a more public setting for residents to meet their council members in the near future. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Great news there, Shane. Meantime, crime in the country making a decrease from 2023. The Commissioner of Police, Shanta Knoll, says that crimes in the Northern Bahamas have decreased from 2023 by 10%. Our Shalia Rowe reports.
Preliminary figures for 2024 indicate that major crimes across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas decreased by 10%, with 2,825 cases compared to 3,153 cases reported in 2023. There was a regional decrease across the board at a rate of 10% in New Providence, 10% in Grand Bahama, and in Northern Bahamas, and in the Family Islands District, 15%.
As crime decreased throughout the country, homicides have increased by 9% since 2023, with victims mostly between the ages of 18 and 45. According to reports, these murders were based on retaliation, gang, and conflict occurring mostly on Fridays and Saturdays. Now, in Grand Bahama and the Northern Bahamas, the number of murders made a notable jump from 2023.
3 murders were recorded in the Family Islands, which is an increase from 1 incident in 2023, and 12 murders were recorded in Grand Bahama and Northern Bahamas District, which is an increase from 3 murders in 2023.
House breakings in the country decreased by 11%, with 331 incidents compared to 372 in 2023. The Northern Bahamas recording 42 shop breakings occurring in Abaco and the Southwestern Division. Now, crimes against properties decreased by 10% in 2024.
There were regional decreases in crimes against the property for 2024 at a rate of 7% in New Providence, 16% in Grand Bahama, and 19% in the Family Islands District.
These crimes last year were reported a total number of 2,112 times compared to 2,356 in 2023, while crimes against the person decreased by 13%.
In review, rape decreased by 6%, with 46 cases compared to 49 cases in 2023. There was no change in unlawful sexual intercourse cases when compared to 2023, with 90 reports in total. The majority of the sexual offenses victims knew their assailants.
Knoll say that rapes in the country also marking a decrease. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rowe.
Well, the 33-year-old man accused of beating 4-year-old Deonya Bella Walker to death on November 5, 2021 will not be given any time off of the 25-year sentence he received. Court of Appeal justices ruled that Darion Smith's 25-year sentence imposed by Justice Renee Mackey will stand. He previously pleaded guilty to the charge of murder and signed a plea deal. Had his case proceeded to trial, he would have faced 30 to 60 years behind bars. Young Bella's distressing death led to increased calls for the Protection of Children. As widely reported, Bella's mother, Estonia Walker, went to work and left the child in the care of her boyfriend. Smith called the emergency medical services, stating that the child was not breathing. Bella died that day. An autopsy later revealed the youngster had healing as well as current injuries about her body. Her mother is serving a 3-year sentence for exposing her child to grievous harm and child cruelty. Switching gears now, a lone Chinese national was interdicted at sea on Tuesday, January 4th, 2025, around 5 o'clock p.m. U.S. Coast Guard received an initial report from a cruise ship which informed them of an individual on a paddleboard adrift some 22 nautical miles northwest of Freeport, still in Bahamian waters. The cruise ship stopped and offered assistance. However, the man refused, insisting that he was going to Miami. Once the U.S. Coast Guard arrived on the scene, the USGC cutter rescued the Chinese man who was already in international waters. However, it was determined that the Chinese man, who was deported from the United States sometime prior, departed from the Bahamas with intentions to paddle his board over to the immigration officials who, after processing him, subsequently he was charged with illegal embarkation. The Chinese national, identified as Fukuan Boa 27, appeared in the Freeport Magistrates Court No. 2, charged with illegal embarkation. Boa, with the help of an interpreter, pled guilty. He was convicted and fined $300 with an alternative custodial sentence of 1 month at B-Docks. Boa paid his fine and was turned over to immigration officials who will effect his departure to New Providence to be detained at the detention center until his deportation to his country of origin.
And still to come.
A leading ready-mix provider marking 20 years of success. We will have that story and sports highlights when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Welcome to the new era of home improvement. Third Dimension is back and better than ever. Discover our latest products and services designed to transform your space. From innovative designs to cutting-edge technology, we've got it all. Your dream space is just a call away. Our team is here and ready to serve you, making your experience better than ever. Visit us today on Yellow Pine Street and see why Third Dimension is your go-to for all things home improvement.
Shisha Lounge and Restaurant located in Grace Bay, Providenciales, your #1 night spot in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Come party with the stars. Catch all the Super Bowl action at the Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill on February 9th. Enjoy hot deals on food and drinks, plus happy hour starting at noon. Don't miss the biggest game of the year. Call 373-1333 for more information. Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration presents a Valentine's Day sale from February 1st to the 14th. Get Boreal Lotus Series 17C or mini split inverter units with bonded prices starting at $444.50. Cash sale only. Don't miss out.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Coverage of the Turks and Caicos Islands general election is brought to you by the following.
Number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Progressive National Party hosting a rally in North Caicos at this very hour in the Turks and Caicos Islands, ahead of the Turks and Caicos Islands general election, that is. Our Miko Knowles is on the ground and follow the action in this report.
The Turks and Caicos Island recently implementing significant changes ahead of the electoral process. I'm here at the election office where officials are working tirelessly to ensure a smooth and transparent election, setting the stage for what could be a defining moment in the nation's political history.
So as you know, this is a historical event for us here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We are moving from manual voting process to an electronic voting process. This is the DS-200 tabulator and scanner machine that will be used in the polling station to accept ballots from each voter.
A native of Grand Bahama is at the helm of the elections office in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Willette Pratt, Deputy Supervisor of Elections, says the new system is designed to alleviate concerns surrounding accuracy, security, and efficiency.
That process there, it prevents anyone from going from station to station or polls from any other polls, checking in twice. It alleviates a lot of human error.
One of the major advantages of the new system is its ability to streamline the vote counting process.
In 3 minutes, we would know who won in each district.
And my vote is in.
We actually went around the Turks and Caicos Islands to all of the islands and had numerous demonstrations within the last year, educating the public on how to vote and also giving them the opportunity to beforehand test this new system.
With the countdown to February 7th underway, all eyes are on the electorate as they prepare to shape the nation's future. Reporting from Turks and Caicos Island for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Great story, our Miko Knowles on the ground in Turks and Caicos. Well, switching gears now, the Church of God of Prophecy's District of Grand Bahama hosting its island-wide crusade under the theme, Be Ye Reconciled into the Lord. The crusade begins tonight, February 5th through 7th at 7 p.m. nightly. Bishop Leroy Greenaway out of New York will be the guest speaker, and Senior Pastor of Church of God of Prophecy, Seagrape Corey Adderley promises it will be an exciting time in the Lord.
There will be prayers, there will be singing, and of course, this is going to be a time for the entire family. We're saying to everyone, listen, God loves you. It doesn't matter what you have done. Our brothers and sisters of the other faiths, Anglicans, Baptists, Seventh-day Adventists, come and join hand in hand with us as we reach the lost, as we win souls back to Jesus Christ.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Basketball, baseball, everything is next in sports, Raven. Just don't go away.
Awesome hoop action. Thanks, Jay. Well, sports comes your way next, but first a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
See and enjoy the island of Grand Bahama with so much to offer. H. Forbes Charter Services Limited is just what you need to make your next experience a memorable one. We serve groups of all sizes in cool and comfortable limousines, coaches, and buses. We're the one to call for sightseeing tours, charter services, bonfire on the beach, and other fun-filled activities. So come and experience Grand Bahama Island with us, where it keeps getting better.
The Bro Cathedral of Christ the King Church wishes to remind you of the words echoed in Psalm 103, verse 1. We are encouraged to praise God with affection and gratitude as we trust and obey Him. Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration presents a Valentine's Day sale from February 1st to the 14th. Get Boreal Lotus Series 17C or mini split inverter units with bonded prices starting at $444.50. Cash sale only. Don't miss out. Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. First in Sports, the Grand Bahama Independent School held the Senior Boys Championship over at the YMCA. After an undefeated season, Blazers Sports Elite Academy defeated John Chan Academy in 3 games to win this year's Senior Boys Championship.
With a sloppy game, we proved our point that we are one of the top-ranked 10 teams in this country. And we are the best team from the West End and Bimini constituency, and we're the 3rd best team on this island. This is back-to-back championships, and I can't be no prouder than this team through all the adversities. This win right here, this goes out to all our doubters. And we're back-to-back champions, and I'm proud of you.
These young men travel around the world to play basketball, and whatever I can do, I am there to answer that call for Coach Evans. So again, congratulations, fellas. Thank you, sir. Second back-to-back, and I'm honored and glad to be here again.
Sticking with hoops action on the island of Abaco High School basketball championships taking place over in Marsh Harbor. In junior boys, player Agape took down SC Boodle 62-55 to take game 1 of that series. In senior girls action, Agape again got the W versus SC Boodle 58-57 to go up in that series. And in senior boys, player Agape dominated Patrick J. Bethel 98-68 in game 1. Next in sports, scores from Night League volleyball action at St. George's Gym. The Sand Basket Blasters defeated Freeport Shipping in 3 sets. The Blasters lost the first set 21-23, but came back to take the next 2 sets 22-20 and 16-14, led by Whitney and Bristol, Leah Forbes, Tara Evans, Alan Hall, and Gabriel Lang. And finally in sports, Lonnie Duncan is expected to defend his title this weekend at the GBPA Tour de Grand Bahama.
It's going to be very interesting because we have juniors coming from abroad willing to compete against him. And we have teams from Nassau, the kids from Nassau, also the junior team, looking forward to coming and being going against him in the time trial, because he was in the time trial and he won last year, and he did better than most of the adults. So he's looking to keep that time and beat that time. So he was looking at it as a core that he could improve from the previous year.
And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
What is Business Fit?
Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
For the best in premium lubricants for your vehicle, purchase super synthetic motor oils and hydraulic fluids distributed by KMW Battery and Tires in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration presents a Valentine's Day sale from February 1st to the 14th. Get Boreal Lotus Series 17C or mini split inverter units with bonded prices starting at $444.50. Cash sale only, don't miss out.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a prison inmate rushed to hospital after being attacked. Find out under what circumstances and how the prison commissioner feels such incidences could be avoided. Grand Bahama and Abaco pulling in pretty impressive 2024 tourism numbers post-Dorian's destruction. And we have the figures to prove it. A network compromised UB's online services under investigation. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A scuffle between two remand inmates leaves one in hospital. Bahamas Department of Corrections Commissioner Don Clare telling our news team that it was around 3 p.m. this afternoon that a mentally ill inmate was attacked by his cellmate with a bucket and another object. Now, the mentally ill, a 35-year-old, jailed for obscene language and threats of death. His assailant, a 22-year-old, accused of armed robbery. At last report, he was in stable condition. The incident, a sobering reminder of how, as the Commissioner Clare himself puts it, grossly overcrowded the facility's mental health block is, begging the need for inmates to perhaps be paired. Today's incident fresh on the heels of another at the Foxhill facility just this past weekend. 60-year-old Brody Fritz was stabbed to death by another inmate early Saturday morning. Now, just hours before today's latest violent attack at B-Docks, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, talked to reporters about the state of B-Docks and the desperate need for a new one.
This is a challenge that you have with a housing facility built in the 1950s to house 200 to 300 people. That is why this administration has been very kinetic in our efforts to bring about a new facility. The fact of the matter is there is no indoor lavatories in maximum security. Persons must use slop buckets. Those slop buckets must be emptied every morning. That's the fact. Unless and until we get the new high, medium security facility, that will continue every day.
Now, we also got the National Security Minister's input on how the ongoing fight against crime is going. And as we hear in this report from our Lloyd Allen, officials are confident progress is being made. Good evening, Lloyd.
Well, good evening, Makushla. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, spoke candidly about the domestic crime fight during his appearance on Tuesday's edition of The Rundown, hosted by our very own Clint Watson here on ZNS Network. Now, he painted a progressive picture on the development of crime, specifically murders.
Violent crime has been trending down, all except murder. And we've seen in the last statistics, even sexual offenses now are trending down. And that must be because the public is getting it.
With the new police commissioner at the helm, Minister Monroe touting optimism for the renewed focus on ethics.
I'm going to ask you this question, and I normally wouldn't ask a minister this question, but you've always been one who's been very honest and upfront and bold with your answers, so I will ask it to you. Do you believe you've been effective as a Minister of National Security?
Bearing in mind what the job remit is, yes. The main task of the Minister of National Security across the agencies, one with the police, is to understand that the police are the police. I'm not the police.
Also regarding other crimes like sexual offenses, Monroe feels the public is getting the message when it comes to reporting the vital information police need.
Last year, complaints against officers increased by 115% in 2024, 147 cases in 2023 to 315 last year. What's your response when you hear statistics like that?
Statistics like that can be interpreted one of two ways. For instance, with the sexual offenses, they were going up for a while because as you make something more comfortable for someone to report, more people will report it.
He feels prosecution of officers is also contributing to downtrending stats.
I'm more encouraged when I see policemen being held accountable because that tells me the system is working.
Now, the National Security Minister also noted that while crime has straddled the country in recent months, his hope is for trends to continue to unfold in favor of reduced violence and toward conflict resolution. Mukushla?
Well, thanks, Lloyd. Now, from the courts tonight, failure to appear in the coroner's court leading to arrest warrants being issued for several police officers Tuesday. The officers were scheduled to appear before acting coroner Cara Turnquist in relation to the shooting deaths of civilians. Detective Corporal 3906 Donald Wright was to appear for word on his voluntary bill of indictment, sending his case to the Supreme Court to be tried for the death of 20-year-old D'Angelo Evans of Mason's Addition. His co-accused, Inspector Akeem Wilson, did appear in court, learning that he will be arraigned before Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson this week. Meantime, warrants are out for police constables 3731 Kevin Greenslade and 3725 Robert Young, and that's in connection with the 2019 killing of 21-year-old Shanton Forbes in Yellow Elder Gardens. Warrants were also sent out for Constable 4185 Samuel Ferguson and former Officer 4427 Shando King, who faced charges for the 2023 killing of 42-year-old Valentino Johnson in Seven Hills. Well, the 33-year-old man accused of beating 4-year-old Donya Bella Walker to death on November 5th, 2021, will not be given any time off the 25-year sentence he received. Court of Appeal justices ruled that Darian Smith's 20-year sentence imposed by Justice Renee McKay will stand. He previously pleaded guilty to the charge of murder and signed a plea deal. Had his case proceeded to trial, he would have faced 30 to 60 years behind bars. Young Bella's distressing death led to increased calls for the protection of children. As widely reported, Bella's mother, Estonia Walker, went to work and left the child in the care of her boyfriend. Smith called emergency medical services, stating that the child was not breathing. Bella died that day. An autopsy later revealed the youngster had healing as well as current injuries about her body. Her mother is serving a 3-year sentence for exposing her child to grievous harm and child cruelty. Pastors from the Anglican community are taking part in a conflict and dispute resolution training seminar meant to help them better help others who find themselves in situations that can escalate into major trouble. Corval Python reports on how the program is being touted as essential in the country's crime fight.
Claire Whole Build is the initiative started by this administration last year to bolster its crime-fighting strategy. The Claire phase focuses on ridding areas of criminals, their dwelling places, and weapons. The Whole phase means maintaining a strong police presence. And now, as the initiative launched in the Anglican community moves into the build phase, the attention turns to preparing those in the community to be mediators, or as National Security Minister Wayne Monroe calls them, peacemakers.
We have found in this country truly that persons who are living by the sword are dying by the sword, and persons who do not show mercy aren't receiving mercy.
The minister was addressing more than 40 pastors from the Anglican community who are participating in conflict resolution training. This, he says, will play a crucial role in building back the community.
I'm encouraged by the number of them that are here. I'm encouraged that this is the second occasion that they are receiving this instructions, and we look forward to them now going back out. As if I were a preacher, I would say, and spreading the gospel of what they would have learned here.
How effective is the Clare Hold Build initiative, and how exactly is success being measured? Well, according to the minister, he's getting his information from what he's seeing less of on the streets.
We measured it in terms of looking at the metrics of crime, reported gunshots by spot shotter, Anglican as spot shotter spread throughout it. And we're now looking at it after the police went in for the clear phase. We had town meetings to listen to the community, and the community indicated that they wanted a conflict resolution, an alternative dispute resolution other than the court.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pfeiffer.
When we return, hear about tourism's best year ever. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Hey, look, KFC has an incredible promo.
I already had that for lunch.
Crunch your hunger cravings and satisfy the whole family with KFC bucket meals starting at just $20. Get freshly prepared golden fried chicken, buttery biscuits, and add your favorite large sides. Bucket meals starting at just $20. KFC, finger licking good.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC, wherever your journey takes you.
Almost here, and the best place to watch it is at Nassau Cruise Port. Join us on Sunday, February the 9th for an unforgettable game day watch party. Huge screens, unbeatable food, and drink specials, and all the game day energy you can handle. Grab your friends, bring your game face, and score big with giveaways, drink discounts, and a chance to win exclusive prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Game day, Nassau Cruise Port, Sunday, February 9th, where every touchdown feels like a win. See you there.
Hello?
You guys had anything to eat as yet? Y'all know Christmas just gone and things are rough.
All right, but y'all let me working all day, but what we gonna eat?
If we was by the mall, we could go by Wendy's and get the Dave special for $5.
Yeah, but you do know that the Dave's deal is now actually nationwide, right?
Wait, let's go. Cable Beach right there.
Let's go.
All right.
Is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
Well, you're looking at a shot of A.F. Adderley Junior High, home of the Tigers. Welcome back. The Bahamas benefited from $10 billion in foreign direct investments in the past 2 years. And overall, tourist spending in 2024 is in the $6 billion range. The Florida Cruise Association even dubbing the Bahamas #1 in total economic benefit from cruises. Little wonder why tourism officials are optimistic, calling last year a success in the face of statistics showing that the Bahamas remains a viable premier luxury destination. Felicity Darville tells us more.
2024 was a record-breaking year for the Bahamas, with tourist arrivals topping 11.22 million by air and by sea. That's 16.2% higher than 2023 and 54.7% higher than 2019 prior to the pandemic. Foreign air arrivals saw 1.72 million tourists. Abaco had an 11.9% growth and Grand Bahama 8.7%. Now, December alone saw 1.15 million visitors come to the Bahamas. That's 14% ahead of December 2023. Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, calling 2024 the best year ever.
This is truly a remarkable rebound. The above results are posted notwithstanding the interruptions of Hurricane Milton, Oscar, and the USA elections. We point out further that the limited capacity in room inventory further dampens the trajectory of growth in air arrivals.
With not enough rooms in the country to meet the growing demand, Tourism Development Corporation Director Dwight Gibson shares some incentives for Bahamians to build those rooms.
Our Home Sweet Home initiative, launched with a $1.2 million investment to increase room inventory and create entrepreneurial opportunities. Thus far, we have awarded $600,000 in grants in Phase 1 alone. And as mentioned, we launched Phase 2 of the program, continuing our efforts to provide economic opportunities for all Bahamians.
That includes $10,000 grants and loans from the Bahamas Development Bank. Director General Latia Duncombe says they have much to build on for continued success in 2025.
As the Bahamas builds on a record-breaking year in tourism, we are strategically focused on maintaining our momentum in 2025, increasing stopover arrivals, expanding airlift, and ensuring that more Bahamians benefit directly from tourism.
Felicity Darville for the Bahamas Tonight.
In other news tonight, officials clamping down on an unregulated practice in a residential area. Our Lloyd Allen has more on the location and really what you and your family can do. That's protection.
What you're looking at right here is a pile of wood, and this is several that have been identified by officials, and this is in the area of the former Golden Isles farm. Now, officials recently toured this area where they discovered an illegal mining operation where they say it's causing havoc for both residents and the environment.
Particularly for areas like Excellence Estates 1 and 2, Elegant Estates, Golden Meadows, Southern Breezes, and the other surrounding communities.
Environment and Natural Resources Minister, the Honorable Von Miller, shared with ZNS News that the operation is one of several in the southwestern New Providence area, impacting a number of communities. Miller verifies that the smoke from the operation, which becomes denser at night, was the warning signal.
Health-wise, the causes of cardiovascular and respiratory diseases.
The Department of Environmental Health also joining forces to target the operation.
As you can see, when we were coming in and we came to this site, this is an active site. There is smoke that is dissipating from the kill, which means that someone here is doing coal mining.
Williams admits while there are a number of health concerns billowing from the site, possible toxic hazards also exist with a wider range of residents.
More than likely, you will have particulate matters and you will have soot. This, you will follow the wind direction. As you can see, the wind shifts as we were standing here today.
Acting Director of the Forestry Unit, Danielle Hannick, on some of the environmental concerns to the illegal operation.
The challenges that we face are logistics and also but legal wise in terms of laws and rights and access to lands, etc. And so we do have the legislation that speaks to this.
As investigations progress to identify and prosecute those responsible, officials are asking residents to report any suspicious activity in their area to their nearest police station. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
A ransomware attack impacting the University of the Bahamas' online network systems. UB officials confirming that upon discovery of the breach, the university's technology services team initiated its incident response plan, and officials are working closely with cybersecurity experts and law enforcement to investigate the matter. The attack, detected on February 2nd, has also prompted university officials to advise faculty, staff, and students to change passwords on any device connected to the UB network and closely monitor their account activity. Stay with us. There's more to come when the National Report returns.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Strike from the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. Yeah, bro. Special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special place.
How much you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The Turks and Caicos Islands set to make history with its first ever electronic voting system in Friday's general election. A Bahamian among those leading the charge to ensure a smooth and efficient process. Here's our Ramiko Knowles with how the voting process will unfold.
The Turks and Caicos Island recently implementing significant changes ahead of the electoral process. I'm here at the election office where officials are working tirelessly to ensure a smooth and transparent election, setting the stage for what could be a defining moment in the nation's political history.
So as you know, this is a historical event for us here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We are moving from manual voting process to an electronic voting process. So this is the DS 200 tabulator and scanner machine that will be used in the polling station to accept ballots from each voter.
A native of Grand Bahama is at the helm of the elections office in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Willette Pratt, Deputy Supervisor of Elections, says the new system is designed to alleviate concerns surrounding accuracy, security, and efficiency.
That process there, it prevents anyone from going from station to station or polls for any other polls, checking in twice. It alleviates a lot of human error.
One of the major advantages of the new system is its ability to streamline the vote counting process.
In 3 minutes, we would know who won in each district.
And my vote is in.
We actually went around the Turks and Caicos Islands to all of the islands and had numerous demonstrations within the last year, educating the public on how to vote and also giving them the opportunity to beforehand test this new system.
With the countdown to February 7th underway, all eyes are on the electorate as they prepare to shape the nation's future. Reporting from Turks and Caicos Island for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Oh, great job there, Ramiko. We're now going to turn it to LaDawn to give us a sneak peek of Access Now.
Makusla, a Bahamian music producer living in Dallas, Texas, wins a top award. We'll tell you more at Access Now.
Sounds good. Stay with us.
Diet-friendly special.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars. On February 22nd, 2025, the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training proudly presents the Excellence in Education Awards Ceremony, a night to honor the heart and soul of education, our educators, administrative, and technical support teams. We'll honor creativity with the Innovation Award, perseverance with the Resilience Award, and long-term commitment with the Longest Serving with Excellence Award. Celebrate school pride with the School Spirit Award and proven strategies with the Best Practice Award, spanning from early childhood to alternative education. We'll highlight rising stars with the Gen X Award, heartfelt contributions with the Student Choice Award, top school performance with the Academic Excellence Award, and so much more.
The big game is almost here, and the best place to watch it is at Nassau Cruise Port. Join us on Sunday, February the 9th for an unforgettable game day watch party. Huge screens, unbeatable food, and drink specials, and all the game day energy you can handle. Grab your friends, bring your game face, and score big with giveaways, drink discounts, and a chance to win exclusive prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Game day, Nassau Cruise Port, Sunday, February 9th, where every touchdown feels like a win. See you there.
That does it for the Bahamas Tonight, but stay close. Access Now is up next.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do?
Hey, check the website, one. Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Winning pancake mixes, 32 ounces, for $1.99. Seabass chunk tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.89. Fresh pork picnics, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg lettuce, $1.99 each. Fresh tomatoes, $1.99 per pound. Every time you shop, you can save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only
only on the ZNS network.
I don't know, but there's all kind of cars in the parking lot. You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Don't park him. Yeah, that's handicap. No, you can't park him. I ain't be that long. I ain't be that long. Handicap spot, right? Hey, what's going on, dog? Well, I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bar big broke, and he got a sticker inside that say this mod though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't leave me right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
An update on the Children's Emergency Hostel. Felicity Darville is following that story. Plus, an extraordinary thing. GHS Magic is running its own egg production. What an extremely positive venture. Saw what I did there. Bahamian Jordas Grant has landed an entertainment award in Dallas. Stay close for that. And coming up in sports, playoff action heats up in the BAISS basketball playoffs.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDon Davis. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Super Bowl Sunday is just 4 days away. Who are you pulling for and why? Let me know in the comment box or on your Facebook feed. But in the meantime, let's dive right into the news, shall we? A 10-year-old girl, has found a way to touch the hearts of her peers in a unique way. Caitlin Moxie asked her mother to visit the Children's Emergency Hostel to see if children there may need help with homework. That blossomed into a drive to donate essential items to the kids. And most of all, Caitlin says she has made friends for a lifetime. Here's Felicity Darville.
She started out reading to the children and helping them with homework. But this loving gesture initiated by Caitlin Moxie herself led to an attachment on both ends that keeps on growing. Wise beyond her years, Caitlin, head girl at Remnant Academy, inspires her peers to achieve excellence.
I had a passion for teaching children, and I knew that some of the children were struggling, so I decided to help. It was a friendship that I'm sure will never end.
2 years later, and Caitlin has found even more ways to help her friends.
Well, I've also donated some things to them. I decided to donate some shampoos, conditioners, brushes, combs, and so much more. I partnered with a few businesses in order to provide necessities that the children needed. I was just thinking one day, and I thought that would be the best way to help them.
The hostel's general manager, A. Charlene Gibson, raved about the little girl who's come into their lives.
Some of them may not have had no assignments, but because Caitlin's in the dining room, we go in the dining room. And I know for a fact that I saw it on a couple of occasions. So we welcome her, and the children, they love her. They know her by name, so she's more like family.
Speaking of family, Caitlin's 2 older brothers were head boys at Remnant Academy. Her mother, Candace Moxie, shares the secret.
My husband and I, Livingston Moxie, we come together and we just have a strong family structure where we put God before everything that we do, and the children understand that, and everything else falls in line.
Okay. Caitlin tells us how she's able to accomplish it all.
Through the power of God. I'm hoping that one day I can reach out so my initiative will impact even more children. They don't have everything they need, so I feel like it's important to give children the life they deserve. It's a blessing to see other people grow because of you.
With a heart as big as Caitlin's, what started out as a desire to help a few has turned into a gesture of love that has helped many. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Davo.
Great story there, Felicity. Well, the response to the ZNS News story of the production and sale of eggs at the government high school is overwhelming. At GHS, up to 60 eggs are produced daily, and those are sold to the public. Agriculture teacher McNeil Paris says the constant shortages and high prices now has him advising residents to follow the government's upcoming egg project and produce their own eggs.
The government is coming on board with what we call the Golden Yoke program. And I would encourage everyone to try and get 2-3 birds because
2 to 3 birds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, because you know at around Christmas time we have a shortage of eggs and the price escalates, and persons cannot afford to buy eggs for $12. You know, so we want to encourage the public, and if you need the knowledge, right, you can always come to us here at GHS, and we can assist and provide you with the kind of knowledge you need so that you can rear these birds properly.
Paris insists, though, that the chickens must be happy.
If these birds are not happy, they're not going to produce eggs, right? And they're everyday activities that you need to do in order to make the birds happy, and they will produce eggs.
A Son of the Soil nabs the top award at the Dallas Entertainment Awards ceremony in Dallas, Texas last week. The Access Now team caught up with him via Zoom from Texas to find out about this latest piece of hardware and what it all means for Bahamian artists. He's been producing music for about 25 years, and today, 43-year-old Bahamian music producer Jordas Grant is reaping the fruits of his labor and is now considered Producer of the Year by the Dallas entertainment music industry. Grant says bumping heads with multi-platinum producers and emerging as a victor is a rewarding feeling.
I think there was 5 of us that were named in the category. 3 of those guys actually are multi-platinum producers and multiple Grammy winners. I've won what's called an Indie Soul Grammy Award with an artist named Kay Yvette, who's also from Dallas. What that award is pretty much where all of the radio stations throughout the country nominate the top indie artists. And we won that Grammy Award back in 2018.
Grant, a native of Hawksbill, Freeport, Grand Bahama, says his passion for music ignited after producing his classmate Mighty Mal's first single while a student at St. George's High School in the early 90s. Grant, who appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show this week with Abram Alexander, says his latest accomplishment has opened new doors for other Bahamian music producers.
He said, I'll be there with Abraham on stage playing the keys. Of course, if they get a close-up on me, they play my keyboard, because anywhere I go in the world, I always represent 242.
And while these international accolades puts the Bahamas on the music map, Grant says his dream is to work with more Bahamian artists and to give them the same exposure he's had on the world stage.
We have the biggest talent. We have the most raw talent in the world. And one thing that I definitely hope I can impact and influence is to be able to come back home someday and help artists actually develop themselves, tell them the truth about what it takes.
Grant gave these words of encouragement to budding Bahamian music producers.
The big thing that I even teach my students is, with the honest reflection, be open to criticism. Criticism is not bad. Don't let it bring your spirit down either. Take it in, because music is so subjective.
And still to come, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for Leno Wealthwise. Stay close. We'll be right back.
The Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church presents Gospel Explosion 2025. With world-renowned speaker, musician, and evangelist, Dr. Claudius Morgan.
Hey, greetings to you, my friends in the Bahamas. I'm coming your way in February. We're going to have a great time at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm coming to preach, I'm coming to sing, I'm coming to dance, we're going to have a good time.
That's Gospel Explosion 2025 at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church, February 8th through 22nd, 7 p.m. nightly. Don't you miss it.
Since a young girl, I always loved watching the women come in and get their hair done and commune together with everybody. I grew a great appreciation for that. I always had a great love for making women feel beautiful and just the atmosphere of a beauty salon. Hi, my name is Asia Cartwright, and I'm a hairstylist at the Glow Bar in Old Fort Bay. I enjoyed accounting. I did it professionally for a few years. After the pandemic, I decided to take a leap of faith, go off to school in Atlanta at Aveda Institute to learn the science behind hair, because I realized this is my passion. This is something that I really wanted to do, but I wanted to understand the real depth of, okay, why does hair do this? Why is it responding this way? What do I need to do to help someone get on their best hair journeys? It's not been easy. When it's fueled by passion, you always have an extra push of motivation to just try harder. It's being fueled from your heart space. I enjoy making women feel beautiful. I enjoy being a listening ear. It's more than hair, it's like therapy. We all leave leaving lighter. For women that are, facing some type of fear, that want to change their path and careers, I would say do it. I trusted God because I don't feel like he would have given me the vision and the dreams if it wasn't for me. It doesn't matter what no one says. It doesn't matter, how it looks from the outside. And I'm going to give it my all. And that's what I do.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
You're watching Access Now. Welcome back. On your screen is a live shot of Bahamas Games Boulevard. Beautiful shot, as always, by our drone pilot, Destiny Reed. Now let's take a trip to Exuma. Us are familiar with the famous Pompey Museum and Pompey Square right here in the capital, but perhaps very few of us have ever visited the site in Exuma where Pompey's name rings loudly. Tonight, Corval Pythram takes us to this special place.
In the quaint Exuma settlement of Steventon, there's one stop that every visitor to the island has to make. And when they make that stop, this is the man they most certainly will meet.
My name is Kenneth Nixon, and I was born on Exuma.
Kenneth Nixon, you might say, is a local historian, and this is where you can find him, at the site of the Pompey commemorative statue.
This site is the second administrative building other than New Providence. That building up there is an administrative building. In my days, that's a big building. It may look small to you now, but it held a courthouse, courtroom, a post office, a holding cell, and the commissioner's bedroom. When he traveled from Georgetown, he would be able to sleep there and be in the area for a period of time.
Each day, several times a day in fact, Nixon provides visitors to the site with a crash course in Bahamian history, particularly Exuma history and the story of Pompey, a slave who defied his master's orders and in doing so sparked a revolt that eventually led to a revolution.
They called the group Runaways until it was investigated by the authorities. They found out that these people leave to plead their cause, that they ain't leaving Exuma.
He sees people from all around the world. He estimates that thousands visit the site each year. A lifelong resident of Steventon, Nixon is proud of its historical significance.
There are two of lands that held in common has significance of the what we call the old days, Roll Town and Steventon.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pythram.
Whether you're looking to save more, invest, or simply manage your money better, our friends at Leno have a simple plan to help you achieve your financial goals this year. Diane Dorset has more.
We're 1 month into the new year, and it's the perfect time to take control of your finances and set yourself up for success. The first step is to look back at 2024. Yup, evaluate your spending habits and savings. Did you meet your financial goals, or do you need to adjust for the new year?
I need you to analyze your income, your expenses, your saving, and your investment. And then I would need you to look over what you did right and look over what you did wrong. This review is important because it's going to help you set realistic goals for 2025.
Once you review your finances, it's time to set clear money goals. This could mean saving for emergencies, paying off debt, or setting aside funds for a big purchase like a car or vacation. The key is to make your goals realistic and achievable. And to make those goals happen, you need a budget.
Budgeting is the cornerstone of success. So I would implore you for 2025 to always ensure that you're making more than you're spending. I would also recommend the 50-30-20 rule for your expenses. 50% is needs, that's utility bills, rent, etc. 30% of it is wants, that's entertainment, travel, and 20% is savings and debt repayment. The idea is also that you can adjust these percentages based on your lifestyle and goals.
Speaking of saving, it's crucial to build an emergency fund. Try to set aside at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in case of unexpected costs like medical bills or job loss. And if you have debt, make it a priority to pay off high-interest debt first.
Let's make a concerted effort in 2025 not to increase your debt, but let's find a very crafty way to reduce your expenses. What I would recommend is going after or reducing the high interest rates, like credit cards, but still making minimum payments on the shorter interest rates. That would be things like your mortgages. But at the end of the day, the idea is to be consistent with your debt payments and not get into additional debt.
That's some great advice, and next week we'll talk about how to grow your money, plan for big life changes, and make financial management easier in 2025. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Well, it's do or die in the BAISS basketball. We've got this and more up ahead in sports.
It's do or die in BAISS playoff action. We've got this and more in sports.
Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tech and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Fashion was something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the Fabric of Hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And I was like, wow, like God, like, I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope. It's been in my heart for a couple of days to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
Empowered women empower women.
The Sports Report is being brought to you by the Sir Durward Knowles National Sailing Championship.
Welcome to your midweek sports check, everyone. I'm Eugene Stewart. Here's your lineup for this Wednesday. Leading things off, BAISS basketball playoffs getting underway yesterday at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium in sudden death layout, with teams hungry for a chance to punch their tickets to the championship matchups. Day one of competition saw the second and third seed teams in both the junior and senior divisions. In junior girls, the Cougars of Charles W. Saunders took on the Big Red Machine of Sac. Coming out the gate strong was Sac with an early 12-14 lead, but the Cougars answered back by taking this one over 29-24. In the end, Charles W. Saunders closed this one out 43-36. Coach Valerie Nesbitt and top scorer number 18, Alyssa Bain, on what this victory means for them.
I feel good, man. We didn't make it here last year, but the girls wanted it this year. They came, they practiced, they worked, they got you. Just got to go to the drawing board, see if we can capitalize off this game and come in strong and just play hard.
I'm feeling amazing. Only God could get me through this. And my team and my coaches, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm just expecting to play hard and be humble.
In junior boys action, the Jordan Prince William Falcons also took on the Cougars, and after a slow start in the first, Charles W. Saunders would take a close lead 14-13 at the end of the first half. Keeping their composure and focus, the Falcons managed to gain their first lead of the game in the fourth to close this one out 36-33. Leading the squad with 11 points was number 12, Elijah Pierre, who says that this one couldn't have been done without his team.
Give thanks to God. We work hard for it. We come out to practice every day, so we get this opportunity so we can make it happen. But my teammates, they put their trust in me, and when they put their trust in me, I can work hard and give them my heart. We should be able to win championship, and I'm happy about it.
In the senior girls division, a dominant showing by the Giants of St. John's College as they took on the Big Red Machine. With their foot on the gas, the Giants maintained a fast pace throughout the 4 quarters to punch their tickets to the big dance 40-22. And finally, the senior boys battle between the Queens College Comets and the Jordan Prince William Falcons was a high-scoring thriller between both teams as they left it all on the court. In the end, the Comets would fly to victory as they won 67-62. Day 2 of the sudden death playoffs will feature the 1st and 4th seed of the junior and senior divisions. And that's your midweek sports check on this Wednesday. I'm Eugene Stewart. Have a great evening, everyone.
The Sports Report is being brought to you by the Sir Durward Knowles National Sailing Championship.
Supermarkets, living spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounces, $1.69. Pepper Spice Peaches all fruit cocktail, 15 ounces, $2.09. Rubber flour, 5.5 pounds, $5.29. Green peppers, $1.99 per pound. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Sweet yellow corn, 2 for $1.78. Every time you shop, you can save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
We at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
It's time for your Access Weather Forecast, and we have a dominating high-pressure system which will maintain warm and dry conditions over the next week or so. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the Northwestern Islands tonight through Friday, the winds are going to be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will take place at 7:25 this evening, with a second low tide at 8:32 tomorrow morning. In the central parts of our country, the winds will be more easterly at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we're asking small craft to exercise caution in the central Bahamas into Friday. And then in the southeastern parts of our country, winds easterly, stronger still at 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So those choppy seas will constitute a caution flag as well. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures. And they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Out on the beach, gonna fun your move. If you're feeling me, put your arms in the air.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDon?
Thanks, Basil. Looks like we're going to have some good weather for Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you're going to our Facebook feed to let me know if the Chiefs or it's the Eagles. And I'm going to go with the Eagles, right, Basil? In the meantime, let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham and Let's Talk Socials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea, and today we're diving into one of the most romantic and sometimes most dramatic moments on social media. Valentine's Day proposals. In other words, thoughtfully asking a spouse or crush to be your Valentine. Love is in the air, but so is the pressure to make the perfect moment go viral because according to content creators, everything is content. So let's talk about one of the most talked about proposals this year. Valentine's Day always brings out the grand gestures, and this year is no different. One that had the internet buzzing was the Hustler 242's attempt on his wife, a jaw-dropping moment that everyone had blushed about. Check this out.
What's going on? Everything good?
Will you? Yes, I will.
You will.
I will. Thank you, baby. Yes, I will.
Yes!
I will.
Yes! Now, this is where opinions get spicy. Some people feel like Valentine's Day proposals are cliche, while others think it's the most romantic thing to do. What do you think? Is a Valentine's proposal sweet, or is it just too predictable? Let's settle this once and for all. My name is Matea, and I'll see you next time on Let's Talk Socials.
Thanks a lot, Matea. I'm going to check out our Facebook feed to see the predictions. Is it going to be the Chiefs or is it going to be the Eagles? Go Chiefs! But that does it for Access Now. Good night, everybody.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
Did you know that if a fire starts in your home, you may have as little as 2 minutes to escape? Keep your family and home safe with these few fire safety preparation and prevention tips. Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
It's a joy, to help someone who is in need,
I'm proud to know that we are able to accommodate them with a hot meal, fresh meal, and a well-balanced meal.
A lot of our clients, as you know, it's in the inner city, and persons who really include and so much have lost their job. And for whatever reason, 2 months, 3 months, they really don't have anything. You have to have some kind of kindness to do this.
At the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down fake waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In a replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official 6th Annual Elevation Awards nominee announcement. I'm April Dono.
And I'm Alfredo Smith. Tonight, we are unveiling the incredible talents who are being nominated for one of the biggest nights in Bahamian entertainment and culture, the 6th Annual Elevation Awards.
Mark your calendars because the Elevation Awards is happening on April 5th at 6 p.m. at the Andre Rogers Stadium. It's going to be an unforgettable night of celebration, recognition, and show-stopping performances.
And we want you to be a part of the conversation. Use the hashtag EA25 all night long to share reactions, shout out your favorites, and show love to our nominees.
This year's Elevation Awards is powered by Encore Media Group, and trust us, you don't want to miss a second of what's about to happen.
So let's get right to it. The 6th Annual Elevation Awards nominees announcement starts now.
And we are back for the moment we have all been waiting for, this year's nominees, starting with the category of Entertainer of the Year. We have Nishi LS, Jacque Adderley, Johnny Cake, Sawyer Boy, Wendy 242, Bloody, and Shad Colley and VIPs.
Next up, we have New Artist of the Year. Johnny K, Iron Store, Sherrod Taylor, Shad Fur, Ajawan Kalmar, Mario, Raycon Bahamas, and Azana to the Energy Samuel. Now, this is a lineup that you don't want to miss.
I know. That's a tight one. So we're going to go right into the next category, which is the Male Artist of the Year. So we have Johnny Cake again. This is the third category that he's been in consistently now. Iron Store, Shine 242, Jay Shepard, Julian Believe, Ton Ash, and Bloody. What do you think about that?
You know, I talk about entertainers and how that heat was boiling up for that first section, but now I can see where the heat is really getting into that stovetop. You listen, the amount of talent in this category says a lot, especially as Bahamians. We are bringing